The Old Woman and the Rolling Pumpkin. Once upon a time, there was an old woman who had three beautiful daughters. One day she got tired of spinning yarn and sitting all alone, so she decided to visit her youngest daughter, who had just gotten married. She sent her daughter a message. "Sweetheart, I'm coming to visit on Friday night. Cook something delicious for me and tell your husband to wear his wedding suit. I want to see how handsome he looks all dressed up." When Friday came, the old woman dressed in her finest clothes. She put on her bright Yazdi chador, fastened her turquoise-trimmed veil, grabbed her cane, and set off toward her daughter's house, which was up on a hill outside the city. But, as soon as she stepped out the city gates, a hungry wolf jumped out in front of her. "Where are you going, old woman?" growled the wolf. She trembled and said, "I'm going to my daughter's house to eat rice and stew, chicken and walnut stew, get big and fat and full." The wolf licked his lips. "Well then, I'll eat you instead." But the old woman said, "Oh no, dear wolf, I'm just skin and bones. Wait till I get fat and juicy. I'll come back, and then you can eat me." The wolf thought for a moment and said, "Fine, but I'll wait right here until you come back." The old woman nodded and walked on, but she hadn't gone far when, yikes, a leopard blocked her path. "Where are you going, Granny?" snarled the leopard. She repeated her line, "I'm going to my daughter's house to eat chicken and stew, get big and fat and full." "Big and fat and full," the leopard said. "Then I'll eat you right now." But the old woman said, "Oh, leopard, I'm all bones and wrinkles. Let me fatten up a bit, then I'll come back, and then you can gobble me up." The leopard agreed and let her go. Soon she came across a lion. He roared so loud the ground shook. The old woman bowed low and said, "I'm just on my way to my daughter's for some tasty food. I'll get fat, then you can eat me." The lion growled, "All right, but I'll be waiting right here when you return." The clever old woman smiled to herself and hurried along until she reached her daughter's house. Her daughter and son-in-law welcomed her with flowers and hugs, and they feasted and laughed and gave her a comfy bed with silk sheets. After a few days, it was time to go home. The old woman whispered to her daughter, "Bring me a big pumpkin, a huge one." The daughter brought one. The old woman told her to scoop it out. Then she climbed inside the hollow pumpkin and said, "Now roll me down the hill." So the daughter and her husband rolled the pumpkin down the road. As it rolled, the pumpkin went, "Gel, gel, gel." When the lion saw it coming, he asked, "Hey, rolling pumpkin, did you see an old woman pass by?" The pumpkin said, "By God, I haven't seen her. By stone, tap, tap, I haven't seen her. By walnut, crack, crack, I haven't seen her. Now roll me, spin me, let me go." The lion, surprised that a pumpkin could talk, let it pass. Next came the leopard. "Hey, rolling pumpkin, did you see a little old lady come this way?" And the pumpkin replied with the same rhyme. The leopard said, "Okay, go ahead," and gave it a push. Then the pumpkin rolled up to the wolf. The wolf squinted and sniffed. "Rolling pumpkin, did you see an old woman?" Again came the rhyme, but this time the wolf recognized the voice. "You liar," he growled. "You are that old woman. You climbed inside the pumpkin. I'm going to eat you now." The wolf tore open the bottom of the pumpkin and jumped in. But just as he did, the clever old woman popped out from the other side and ran for her life. She ran and ran all the way home and locked the door behind her. And that's how the smart old granny tricked a lion, a leopard, and a wolf with just a pumpkin and her wits.